Okay, so this is a continuation, I guess the third part to detailings and capitalism, or detailing and capitalism. Like I said on previous two videos, um, I just recently got done detailing this '07 Mitsubishi Lancer. It's not an Evo 8, 9, or 10, but it is a very nice Lancer. Any nicer than this, it would have to be an Evo. So I just got done doing this Lancer recently, and it came out outstanding. Not to toot my own horn, but it came out outstanding. I'm very proud of this job. This is one of my videos, so I'm making another video off of this just to say that, like I said, I have a enormous personal satisfaction. I'm very happy with this job. I still feel like I could have done more. I could have done better, but that takes more time, and the customer can only afford to pay so much. So that means I can only spend so much time. This one was a challenge. It was, I kept saying a job and a half, two jobs. No, it actually was three jobs in one because the engine itself, the engine bay and engine was a challenge. The exterior was a challenge. The interior was even more of a challenge, I would say. I mean, it was a lot of work to detail this baby. It required a lot of TLC. I put enormous amounts of TLC into this baby, and I'm very proud of it. I love these challenges because it just puts you to the test, and you're able to do an outstanding job, and you just feel so good about it. You know, you have enormous personal satisfaction, and more importantly, the customer is extremely happy, and they love it. They can't stop thanking you enough after they pay you, you know, a fortune. But they're just, they're very happy, and this right here uh, means that I'm going to get many more cars. So I'm very happy about that. Thank God. I'm very grateful, very appreciative, um, very thankful. But it was a lot of work. It was. But I also, changing the subject, uh, wanted to mention mobile detailing. See, okay, I've been detailing cars. I've owned my own detail business since 1991. It's 2017 now. That's 26 years of me owning my own detail business. Uh, I'm going on 27 years soon. So I'm not too far off from a few decades of running my detail business. But I have been washing and detailing cars, or I started to wash and detail cars very early in my life. Around the ages between 8 and 11 is when I started learning back home in the state of New York and Connecticut. Obviously, I'm in the Southwest now. But back home, back in the early 80s, around that age period, or that time period for me, like I said, around that age is when I started learning how to wash and detail cars. Not just wash, but wash, wax, everything that is required in a detail business. It's just not a wash. This is not a car wash. This is a detail business, or detail, or learning how to detail cars. So, and I'm working very hard to acquire a detail shop. But I own my own detail business. I detail cars, um, and I'm working very hard to go from the E side of the income quadrant to the B and I side. That's where you want to be. So anyhow, and I'm trying to work hard to acquire very lucrative assets. But what I wanted to say is mobile detailing. In my experience of detailing cars, everyone is always so obsessed with mobile detailing. Trust me, I know for a fact from personal experience and from noticing other businesses, mobile detailing is not the way to go. I'm sorry, a lot of people will disagree with that, but it's the honest truth. Those are the real facts. That's reality. That's the way it actually is. A lot of people are into the convenience of mobile detailing. They come to me, they come to us. It doesn't really work that way. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, I know that's going to be dropping like a big bomb on everyone. A lot of detail businesses themselves, a lot of customers, a lot of people, a lot, but it is what it is. I'm sorry. It's like that. Mobile detailing is not the way to go. You want to have controlled environment. You need a garage at least, like I do, or a shop, somewhere where you can control, where you can close the garage door or the bay door, where you have controlled environment. You cannot detail cars or wash cars. You're not supposed to do it, especially in hot desert states like the Southwest area that I'm in. You cannot detail cars out in the open under the sun, exposed to the elements. Okay, you are exposed to the sun, which is not good for detailing cars. You're exposed to the wind, which is not good for detailing cars. You're exposed for the rain, which obviously is not good for detailing cars. You're exposed to the when the wind blows, to the dust and the dirt that blows onto your job, the vehicle that you're detailing, which is obviously not good for for mobile or for the detailing business, for the car that you're detailing. um, and in the winter you're exposed to the cold, which obviously is not good for the vehicle that you are detailing. You're also exposed to snow, which obviously is not good for detailing. Out in Augusta, Georgia, I worked for a while for this guy I knew. Cool, good guy. I learned a lot from him too. But his detail business or detail shop, he would have us try to detail cars out in the snow in the winter when it was cold, and have us try to detail the cars with hot water inside. Even once, he had a like this like it's not a carport, but and it's not exactly a garage or a shed, but it was like a uh, or or shop is what I meant to say. But it was like a shed, like a steel aluminum metal shed that had bay doors in the front and back, so you could drive the car straight through, and it had doors on both sides to go in and out on both ends of that. It was like a tunnel, like of that shed. It cost him like 5 grand. I think that was pre-owned, but it was excellent. But even then, it wasn't good enough. Even though we had heaters inside there, we would try washing the cars with hot water, and guess what? 5 to 10 minutes down the road, the water would freeze up. You couldn't wash the vehicle. The key doors, the keyhole on the doors rather, would freeze up. You couldn't even put the key in the keyhole. The door itself, because today now our newer cars don't even have keyholes sometimes. But even then, the door itself would freeze up. The water would freeze up. You couldn't even open the door because it would freeze on, where the fender meets the door, and the door meets the front doors meet the back doors, or if it was a two door where the door meets the quarter panel, it would freeze. The windows would freeze. Everything would freeze. The water was just frozen on the vehicle. You can't detail like that. So my point is, mobile detailing is not the way to go. You need controlled environment. You need a heated shop or a heated garage or a very well insulated heated shed, a big shed that's big enough for to be a garage or a shop. 2, 3 cars could fit in there very comfortably, or more. Several cars could fit in there very comfortably. But it's air conditioned in the summer and heated in the winter with proper lighting, proper electricity, plumbing, everything that you need. You need controlled environment when you detail cars. You need a shop, you need a garage, something of that nature, or a good, very well built big shed that's like basically like a warehouse or a shop or a garage. But that's what you need. I've been saying it for decades, since the 90s, for 2.5 decades now. Mobile detailing does not work in a detail world, in the detailing business. I'm sorry if you disagree, but I know what I'm talking about. I'm talking from personal experience throughout decades. Mobile detailing does not work. You need to have controlled environment when you detail cars. You cannot do it out in the open, exposed to the sun. That causes that you're putting yourself at risk of, water spots, from the sun. The sun doesn't care. It has no mercy. You have to move so fast to keep that car wet and then chamois it or dry it with microfiber towels or whatever you use to do a proper job. So you cannot detail cars out in the open. It's not wise. It's not the best way to do it. It's not something I recommend. Detailing cars has to be in a controlled environment in order to do a good job, a proper job, to do it the right way. That is the way, that's just the way it is. You know, you need proper lighting in your shop, garage, or shed. You need you need it to be heated. You need it to be air conditioned. You need to have proper plumbing and all your electrical to be up to par, so you can use all your equipment, all your tools, all your machinery, everything. That mobile detailing thing doesn't work. You're exposed to the sun, like I said. You're exposed to the weather, to the elements. You're exposed to birds flying around and dropping their bird droppings on your work. You're exposed to trees with tree sap that drop their sap on the vehicle. There's just so many disadvantages of detailing out in the open. Mobile detailing doesn't work. I'm sorry. I said it a few or several times. That's just the way it is because that's what I've learned throughout the years and decades from experience. So you need to get that idea out of your head. Unfortunately, it doesn't really work very well. Best case scenario on a sunny day, it may work for one day or a few days or a couple of days, whatever. But on bad weather days, obviously, mobile detailing doesn't work. But that doesn't affect you if you have a shop, a garage, a shed that is properly equipped for detailing business. Then you're okay because you're protected. You're inside a controlled environment. But you cannot do it out in the open, exposed to the wind, to the dust, to the dirt, to the rain, to the snow, to the cold, to the heat, to the sun. It doesn't work that way. Detailing business, you need a garage, a shop, or a warehouse, or a good, properly equipped shed, something where you can detail cars in a controlled environment. That's just the way it is. I'm telling you from personal experience, from intelligence, from what I've done this for years and decades, and I've learned from the very best. I've learned from my uncles back in the past and from others, friends of the family. Trust me, mobile detailing is not the way to go. You have to have a shop. You have to have controlled environment. All right, you guys, that's it for now. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Take care.